Good morning, children. Already in our previous class we studied how to extract iron, okay, where the roasting and calcination process is done in the case of iron. This process is carried out in the case of iron in blast furnace. We studied that one. See, in this session we will learn another type of furnace that is known as what we call it a reverberatory furnace. What is that? Reverberatory furnace. First you have to remember, already I told you, furnace is nothing but a place where the ore is kept for calcination or roasting. Okay, pyrochemical processes are carried out in furnaces. Are you clear about that one? So what is a furnace? Furnace is a place where the roasting and calcination or the entire pyrochemical process are carried out. Are you clear? So furnace is, what is furnace? First of all, try to understand the definition. Furnace, it is a place where the pyrochemical processes like roasting, calcination, and smelting is carried out. So a furnace has three main parts. What are they? Three main parts. Okay, so the first part is, what is that? Firebox. Second one is hearth. The third one is chimney. Okay, these are the main three parts of the furnace. One is the firebox, the other one is the hearth, and the third one is the chimney. So what is firebox? What is firebox? See, where the fuel is burnt, that place is known as the firebox. Mana day to day life lo simple example చెప్తాను. మనము పెద్ద పెద్ద హోటల్స్ చూసినట్టయితే పొయ్యిలు ఉంటాయి, అర్థమవుతుందా? సో పొయ్యిలో ఏం చేస్తాడు వాడు, రంప పొట్టు అవన్నీ కట్టెలు అవన్నీ పెడుతుంటాడు. అంటే అదేంటిది? అది ఫ్యూయల్. అర్థమవుతుందా? వేర్ ద ఫ్యూయల్ ఈజ్ బర్న్, దట్ ప్లేస్ ఈజ్ నోన్ ఎస్ ద ఫైర్ బాక్స్. యూ కెన్ కంపేర్ విత్ అవర్ డే టు డే లైఫ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ వన్, వాడు ఏం చేస్తాడు, ఆ మంట వస్తుంటే ఆ మంట పైన ఏం చేస్తాడు, పెద్ద పెనం పెడతాడు. అక్కడ ఏం చేస్తాడు, వాడు దోశలు వేస్తుంటాడు దాని మీద. అంటే దోశలు నువ్వు ఓరుగా అనుకున్నట్టయితే, దోశలు ముందు కలుపుతారు కదా మినపప్పు అవన్నీ కలిపేసి, దాన్ని నువ్వు ఓరుగా అనుకున్నట్టయితే దాన్ని ఏం చేస్తాడు, కాల్చిన తర్వాత నీకు దోశ తయారైద్ది. ఒక పెద్ద ఇనుపది తీసుకుంటాడు, పెనం అంటాము. ఆ పెనాన్ని మనం ఏమనుకోవచ్చు ఇక్కడ మనము, సీ దిస్ వన్, దిస్ ఈజ్ ద హెర్త్. సో వాట్ ఈజ్ హెర్త్? హెర్త్ ఈజ్ ఎ ప్లేస్ వేర్ ద ఓర్ ఈజ్ రోస్టెడ్, or calcinated. Are you clear? Next one, if you observe the hotels, see the smoke is released from the chimney, from a vent. Are you clear about that one? So this is the way from where the waste gases are going out. Are you clear? That is known as what we call it, chimney. Okay, so in the same manner, just like in hotels, see, we can compare that one with this furnace. Are you clear? So roasting and calcination, in the case of industrial purpose, we use this one. Okay, so it has three main parts. One is the firebox. What is firebox? Firebox is a place where fuel is burnt. Next one, hearth. Hearth is a place where ore is roasted, ore is kept for roasting and calcination. Next, what is chimney? Chimney is a place from where waste gases escape. Are you clear? We studied blast furnace. The only difference between the blast furnace and this reverberatory furnace, we call it as reverberatory. Reverberatory furnace. See this one. The only difference between blast furnace and reverberatory furnace is, in the case of blast furnace, there is no separate place to keep the fuel. Okay, to keep the fuel. There is no separate place. There is no separate place. The coke is coming from the top and it is directly in contact with the hot gases which are at 800 degrees centigrade. Are you clear about that? There is no separate place. Just like a firebox, here it is. Are you clear about that one? Next one, you see this one. Here, observe this one. We kept the ore on a place that is known as what we call it hearth. Okay, there in the blast furnace you didn't find any separate place. You didn't find any separate place to keep the ore. Okay, there is no separate place for the ore to kept. Okay, next one. Another advantage of this reverberatory furnace is, here what you are doing, you are burning the fuel, it gives the heat, that heat flows from the ore. Okay, that hot gases are flowing from the floor. So this ore is roasted. But there is no direct contact. Observe this one. There is no direct contact. Okay, firebox is somewhere and hearth is somewhere and the ore is kept on the hearth. There is no direct contact. Only the hot gases are in contact with it. Are you clear? Next one, and waste gases escapes. Okay, the same arrangement is there in the case of blast furnace. Are you clear about that one? So you can reuse the heat. Are you clear? In the case of reverberatory furnace, there is no much wastage of fuel in the case of reverberatory furnace. Are you clear? But in the case of blast furnace, there is no separate place for the ore to kept, just like in the reverberatory furnace. Are you clear? So whatever the furnace may be, whether it is a blast furnace, I have shown that diagram also. See, this is the blast furnace. Already we discussed about this. These are known as what we call it chewers. That is, hot gases are blown at 800 degrees centigrade. Next one, this is a molten iron. Next, above this there is another hole. This is known as what we call it a slag hole. Okay, and the inner one part is lined with fire bricks. Okay, so this is the vent for the hot gases to escape. Went for waste gases, we call it as. Next, from the top of the furnace, observe this one, there is a cup and cone arrangement. There is a cup and cone arrangement. From this you introduce, what is that? Batch. Batch is nothing but a mixture of ore, remember these things, and coke and calcium carbonate, limestone. Okay, a mixture of these three are known as, what is that? Batch. That batch is introduced from the top of the furnace. Try to understand. See, hot gases are blown from the bottom with the help of the chewers. Okay, and the ore and the coke is introduced from the top. Calcium carbonate is also introduced from the top. While it is coming down, first what is happening? The coke is reacting with oxygen. First thing. Okay, it gives carbon dioxide. So it is maintained at different temperatures. In your textbook 1000 to 2000, but see, in the standard textbook it is given from 500 to or 750 to whatever it may be, 1900 degrees centigrade. Okay, next 1000, 1300 and 1600, these are the different temperatures, okay, of the furnace. Are you clear? In the lower zone, in the lower temperature zone, coke reacts with a hot gas, oxygen, and it gives carbon dioxide. And after that, see this one, what is the next one? This carbon dioxide further reacts with coke to give carbon monoxide. Okay? This is the first step and this is the second step. In the third step, what is happening? This calcium carbonate, which you added as the flux, decomposes. This calcium carbonate decomposes to calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. After that, see this one, in the next stage, in the third stage, what happens? This ore, hematite, Fe2O3, reacts with carbon monoxide and gives iron in molten form plus carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. See this one. You have to balance it. 2Fe, next 3CO2 and 3CO. Do you understand the concept? Okay, so this is the process which is taking place inside the blast furnace. Blast furnace is maintained at different temperatures. The inner part of the blast furnace is lined with fire bricks, already I told you, because to withstand the high temperatures. Here if you observe this carefully, there is no separate place to keep the ore. Okay, so you are introducing the ore from the cup and cone arrangement. The ore is coming down and the hot gases are moving up. As they are moving up, they are reacting with coke. Okay, next one, after that, once carbon monoxide is formed, that carbon monoxide serves as the reducing agent. So it removes the oxygen from hematite, iron oxide. Oxygen is removed and molten iron is formed in the blast furnace. Are you clear about that one? This molten iron is collected from the bottom from a separate hole. Next one, here the waste material, that is we call it as the calcium silicate. Why? Because it consists of, this ore consists of impurities like silicon dioxide and aluminum oxide. Already I told you. What are the impurities? See, silicon dioxide is present. This calcium oxide reacts with silicon dioxide to give calcium silicate. And at the same time, if aluminum oxide is also present as the impurity, calcium aluminate, CaAl2O4. This is known as what we call it slag. This slag is removed at regular intervals from the slag hole. Okay, are you clear about that one? So this is the way how we manufacture iron using the blast furnace. This iron so manufactured in the blast furnace also consists of 4% of the carbon and other impurities are also present. 4% of the carbon and other impurities also present. So this carbon which is present in the molten iron, okay, serves as the reducing agent and stops further oxidation. Okay, that is one type of furnace. Next, here we are talking about reverberatory furnace. There is a separate place for firebox and where the fuel is burnt, and there is a separate place where the ore is kept. Okay, there is no misuse of fuel in the reverberatory furnace. Are you clear about that one? So this is all about reverberatory furnace and different types of furnaces. Okay, now you make a note of it.